Today we are taking a small little break from our storage unit because we're going yard sailing, and trust me, we scored something awesome. Can't wait to show it to you. I think we're gonna make a lot of money on it. I just can't wait for you to see the deal. So let's get right into the video. So we pulled up to the first yard sale of the list and could tell from the car that it looked very, very, very small, but figured you never know, there could be a hidden gem there. And as we walked up to it, it was unfortunately what a lot of yard sales are, and the ones we're not looking for. Tables are closed, lots of used baby toys, a couple of household things that were actually like kind of overpriced. So overall, just not one of the ones we're looking for. And this happens to be the case with a lot of yard sales: glassware, clothes, and baby stuff. Yard sale number 2. As we approach this one from the street, it already looked better. For us, one of the things we like to look for are the ones that have either tarps like this or just tons and tons of boxes everywhere, because that usually means they have just a bunch of stuff that they don't really know what they have, and you probably have a better chance of finding stuff. Very similar to how our yard sales are run. So when you see the tarps, usually a good sign. If it's nice and organized on tables and set up, usually we found that means they know what they have. They have everything individually priced, and it's more gonna feel like a thrift store than a yard sale. There's not really gonna be much in there. So started to look around this one, and a lot better than before. At least there's stuff to look at. There's boxes to dig through, and you get that fun treasure hunting thrill. Couple records, roach, kind of weird things, but Christmas things like that, yeah, you know, we don't really do the Christmas thing, because if we had Christmas stuff like that, it would be sitting in the same place, outside at the yard sale. So there's a couple of nice chairs, and let's just see what else we saw on the tote. By the way, let me know how you guys like voicing over the yard sale videos. I figured it'd be something new because usually it's a very quiet when we show you everything. I figured why not try to voice over and make it seem a little bit more interesting. And a dog! Who doesn't like dogs and pets at yard sales? Everybody likes dogs and pets at yard sales, and if you say you don't, you're lying. I don't believe you. So this table over here, again, had a lot more random household stuff, but again, I've noticed stuff on the table usually what they think is worth more, even if it's really not. So the tarps is where the fun's at, because stuff is thrown everywhere, and that is the thrill. Because when you're at a yard sale, you know, you have a couple different things going through your mind. 1, what can I upgrade in my house that I don't want to have to pay full price for? 2, what can I find that's worth flipping for a little bit of money, make a little cash just by reselling it and getting it for a cheap price? And 3, you know what? I don't have a 3. I'm lying to you. But let's take a look at all this other stuff. Boxes of shoes. See, unless they're Jordans, for real, like, we are not particularly interested in them. Nikes you can sell for a decent amount, but realistically, Jordans are the ones that you want to flip, at least for us on Poshmark. We usually have Jordans up on Poshmark for literally no longer than a few hours, and they're pretty much gone every time, unless they're in just absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible condition. So Nikes, it's just up to you and how long you really want to wait for it. You saw this camo thing here. That's something else we saw from the street too. One of the reasons I wanted to see what was in this one, because if somebody usually has something that's woodland camo, usually means they hunt, and if they hunt, they're usually into guns, and if they're into guns, they probably have a lot of the same stuff we have or we're interested in. So don't forget, one of the most fun things about yard sales is just really looking to find something you actually enjoy or are interested in at an extremely cheap and discounted price. That's part of the thrill. At least it is for me. It's not always just about making money. It's just about having fun. But as you look around, not too much here. Pair of boxing gloves, which, you know, maybe think about it, because we like to take those to UFC events and get them signed. But realistically, I'd rather have the UFC and MMA gloves than the boxing gloves, because they're MMA fighters, not boxers. So we went back to the other tote on the other side. Oops, just to see what these were. And as soon as we picked it up, silicone mini mitts with the grips on them. So that's, again, something that we can use in the house and just haven't seen around many places. Obviously, you're not going to flip that for any money or anything like that. But like I said earlier, just finding the things that you can use around the house is satisfying. Because if you bought it in a store, it probably would have cost you $5 or $6. But find that at a yard sale, you probably only pay $1 or $2 for it. And it's brand new, so why not? Even though you're only saving like $4, isn't it just satisfying knowing that what you found is saving you money? It is for us.
How much for these?
For those, $1. Thanks, Miss McKinney.
I got my neighbor from the hospital. She fell again.
Oh.
This year.
Do you have change for $5?
Yeah, sure do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yard sale number 3. This one, just like the first one, was really small, and I didn't like the fact that everything was sitting on the tables, because again, that usually means it's gonna be overpriced, but you never know. Some people just think it's etiquette for some reason. Personally, I love the boxes all over the floor. That's why we do ours that way, because that makes it a hunt. When it's all set out like this, it's not a hunt. They know exactly what each and every single item is. So some of that stuff, a lot of kitchenware. But what we noticed with this kitchenware, which is different from a lot of other yard sales, is it's actually super clean. Like, look at those pans. They're actually clean. They're not dirty. A lot of them have grime all over them, things like that. Big, heavy furniture like dressers and shelves is definitely something we're not looking for. So we asked them what they were asking for the pans right off the bat. The GoPro didn't really pick up on the audio, but he said $5 for all of them, which will probably be a deal, but you know, I gotta check out the rest. Don't want to carry it all around the whole time. Look at this full bed. No full beds. Then a bunch of kids' toys, Halloween stuff. Pumpkin carving kit might be useful, but realistically, they come from the Dollar Tree, so how much cheaper could they really sell it? But definitely gonna take these nice pans because they're in good shape, and again, that's just something we can use in our own house, and for $5 for all of them, that's one heck of a deal.
Yeah, I'll take them all. 5. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Appreciate it.
Yard sale number 4. Again, the tables didn't like, but it looked like they had a lot of toys, including Master Chief, some bears, and Elmo, all of which are great. So then we made our way over to this table and immediately noticed a lot of toys, and they were all decently priced. They're not like super good yard sale prices or nothing, but they were decently priced, or at least the stuff on the right side was. But you know us, we're looking for vintage flips. The cars here, on the other hand, were not. They were like $20 for each one of these little totes, and they had approximately 15 to 20 cars in them. So they're literally charging over $1 per loose Matchbox car. This is definitely something that caught our mind. $5 for these like Disney dwarf minifigures, and you could tell by looking at them, they definitely did not look recent. So that was definitely one thing we were thinking about getting, because every time we sell Disney, everyone loves it. Look out that Marvin the Martian plate. But yeah, we definitely don't need plates or cups because we have way too many of them. And on the other side, it looked like a lot of sports memorabilia from the car. So that's exactly what it was once we got up to it to look at it. But it was unfortunately a lot of local things. So realistically, other than a yard sale, you're not really gonna be able to sell a Richmond High School baseball jersey to somebody in Colorado. It's just not gonna happen that way. So you really, no point in buying these unless you have like a local store in the area where people actually show up to buy it in person. Now, the Mickey Mouse Chia Pet. Who remembers those commercials? Chia. They were really obnoxious. And that thing was brand new, had a $3 price tag on it. And my mindset was really this: it's Disney. Everyone always buys Disney. Everything I have Disney always sells pretty well, and that thing was brand new. So check this thing out too. Lots of cool little things in this one. This is one of the few yard sales that actually had like decent collectible stuff and not just the regular, you know, household stuff. They did have shoes, but they didn't have them at flippable prices. Like you can see the Nikes over there, they wanted $65 for them. I could probably only get that on Poshmark for a used pair, so there's not a point in buying them. But the Disney stuff, I think it's definitely gonna be worth to go ahead and get it.
All right. So $8 overall.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Me too.
This yard sale looked very interesting from the street, but once we got close to it, I quickly realized it was one of my least favorite kinds of yard sales, and that is the yard sales that are done by the couponers. They use coupons, and you've probably seen the TV shows Extreme Couponing and other YouTube videos and things like that, to get the stuff for next to nothing. You know, you can get stockpiles of like dish detergent, toothpaste, lotion, things like that. I've watched tons of videos on it, and it's interesting, but it's just not fun as far as a yard sale goes, because really they just sell it for slightly less. Like for example, the socks you just saw, they have $3 price tags on them. They're selling them for $2 a pair. It's literally like $1 less in the store. It just doesn't have a yard sale vibe. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I go to a yard sale, if something usually costs $2 or $3 in the store, I want to buy it for like a quarter or 50 cents. If something costs $10, then yeah, like $1 or $2. But just knocking a small percentage off, like $1, it's just not worth it. Now, the toothpaste they had there was the kind of toothpaste that we use at home, everybody uses, so we figured if they're gonna sell that cheaper, might as well get it and not have to worry about going to Walmart, because you know every trip to Walmart is just a little bit of drama I can't talk today. A little bit of pain, let's use the word pain instead, to your head. It really affects your mentalness, because going to Walmart just sucks. And the toys over here, same thing. Everything here you can tell was most likely couponed, literally everything. And the toys and stuff blow my mind. I wish I knew how they did it with the toys, because really getting these things at a major discounted price would be very beneficial to us at the end of the year when we do our Christmas stuff. But again, these Iron Man and Avengers, they're selling for $5. They had them at Five Below for $5. Like, it's literally the same exact price as the store. So I just don't understand, like, the reason of having a yard sale. Why would I come give you $5 for an item when I can go to the store, give them $5 for it, and get a receipt and return it if I don't want to? If you're gonna have a yard sale, you gotta be able to knock a little bit off the price to make it worth it for your customers, or else we're just gonna kind of wander around and look at everything and be like, nice stuff, but realistically, who's gonna buy it? Had to check out the Funko. When you see Funko, you gotta look at it. And I'll just cross your fingers hoping it's Dragon Ball at the end of the day. But realistically, the only thing that's worth getting for us is just to grab a bunch of the toothpaste, because it's the exact same one, the Crest 3D White, that we use at the house. And if we're gonna order it from Walmart or go to Walmart and get it for $2, we might as well grab a bunch of them here for $1 a piece and not have to worry about it.
So I'm just gonna get 5 things of toothpaste here, I guess.
Do you want a bag?
Sure. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This yard sale wasn't even on our original route. We just happened to drive by a sign that said yard sale this way, and it was right there. So we're like, let's go check it out and see if they have anything interesting. It did not look like much from the street, and when we got there, this yard sale was like the cumulative of everything you don't want at a yard sale. Like, they had Christmas decorations, they had clothes. None of the shoes were priced at a resellable price. They're trying to sell them at, like, you know, Poshmark eBay prices, which it's a yard sale. Nobody's gonna buy them. They always sit there the whole time, at least in our experience. Glassware, another thing we have genuinely no interest in. Pictures, home decor, pans. We have so much home decor in our garage from the storage units that I just can't even consider looking at or buying more home decor. We always sell it at our yard sale though, but there's no reason in buying more of it from one yard sale to sell at another yard sale, because they're probably gonna sell it for more than we're gonna sell it for. So this one is a total complete bust. This was the yard sale that we were most excited about. This one was posted on Facebook Marketplace and listed as tons and tons of collectibles, so this one was the one. You know, you have that one yard sale each yard sale trip, and from the beginning it definitely looked like it. I saw the trailer, so I assumed they either did estate clean outdoor storage unit buys just like we did, so no telling what they could have had. But compared to all the other ones we have been to thus far today, it was by far the best. The only thing we noticed right off the bat is the prices were a little high as in almost exact to what they're selling for on eBay, which was kind of sad, because when you see that, you pretty much know right off the bat that these people know what they're doing. They have eBay, they know how to use eBay, they know how to look up prices for everything, and they're probably gonna price them right at or like very slightly below, so where the profit margin just would not even be worth buying to flip. For example, these little peanut characters here, I looked up some of these on eBay, and you can get the whole set for $12.99 shipped to you, and they're selling them for $10. So it's just like they're undercutting eBay, but by such a small amount, it would just be covering basically your shipping and fees, to where flippable is just, it's not possible at those prices. But we still looked around, because one strategy you can always use when somebody has lots of collectibles to still make it somewhat profitable is to bundle a bunch of stuff together, and that strategy usually works if you see a lot of stuff, because a lot of times, just like us, when people are having yard sales, they want everything gone, so they are more than willing to give you deals if you'll buy a lot of it at once. So that's a strategy we use when it comes to collectibles, because usually when somebody has collectibles, they usually have a lot of them. Most people don't just have like 1 or 2 collectible things, they have like tables full of collectible things. And when we went further to the back, quickly noticed right over here there was a lot of sports cards and there was a lot of NASCAR memorabilia. Now unfortunately, almost all the sports cards were already taken out of their pack and they were put in sets, and again, the sets were priced at some of them slightly below eBay prices and some of them above eBay prices. Like the ones to the left, the 22 karat gold plated ones, they were selling them for more than they were worth online. This tote here of all this NASCAR stuff, last time we had NASCAR stuff to sell, it sold very, very well for us. So it was definitely something we would be interested in. And this is where we realized they have a lot of it. They have a bulk. So the best strategy here would be to ask if they do a bulk deal. Why did I say bulk? A bulk deal on all of it, because they have probably 25, 30 different NASCAR pieces in here. So they're selling them for between $2 and as high as $5 a piece on each one, which isn't bad. We did scan some of them into eBay. They're selling them for a little less than eBay prices. For example, the ones they had marked at like $5 were selling for like $8, $9 on eBay. So we can get these all together and again, get them at a bulk deal would definitely make it worth it flip wise, because overall there's so much of it that we would definitely be able to make a good flip on it. These people unfortunately had music playing out of their speakers, so I couldn't record the transaction or else we'd get a copyright strike, but they did end up settling for 25 bucks for all of the NASCAR stuff, each and every single piece. When we get home, I'll lay it all out and I'll show you everything, and you tell me what you think, because I think we got a super good deal for that much stuff. So definitely best buy of the day. This was another yard sale that we actually hadn't planned on going to, but it just happened to show up. We saw the sign and decided to go check it out. From the street, we saw the tarps, which was a good sign, but once we started walking through it, can quickly tell it's a lot of little kids' toys. Now, unfortunately, if you guys have kids, you know they probably grow up fast, and the toys they play with change fast. So I'm assuming that's why we see so many of these at yard sales. And their wrenches and stuff, it's store prices. Same with the clothes. I don't have much luck selling kids shoes for very much. Adult shoes, whole different story. But for the most part, they just had a lot of stuff that was probably their kids. Great if you have your own kids, but if you're looking to flip this stuff and make money on it, just not that great at all. This person had a very nice secluded house, like back off the main road into the woods. Love those kind of houses. And they had all kinds of stuff everywhere. It looked like they had a really good mix of stuff from first impressions, but as we got closer, I started to see something else that scares me when I go to yard sales. First, not even talking about all the glassware, but a lot of it was old, which makes me think antiquers, but those totes you just saw, that's what scares me, because that is way too organized for somebody that's just having a random yard sale. If you're just trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff in your house and wanted to take it outside and sell it, there's no way it's going to be that organized and that like done so well. I mean, shout out to them for being that organized, but like I said again, when you go to yard sales, you're looking for people that are trying to get rid of everything for nothing. That's what the fun is, and I started to quickly realize these guys most likely bought pallets. That's what I'm seeing here. A lot of it looks like pallet stuff, because it looks like a lot of the same items. It could be couponers, but this isn't stuff that's sold in stores. And all these totes had tons of jewelry on them, but again, they were selling them at like $1 a piece. When I sell jewelry, or when we sell jewelry to make money, we're usually selling it in lots. But these people had like 50 of these sports things, 50 of these pair of earrings, 20 of these necklaces, 30 of these kind of cups, all these things that were just exactly the same, which to me usually means they buy pallets, because we've done it in the past, and when you do, you usually get a lot of the same item, which again just unfortunately means their prices are just going to be too high. They're eBay prices. Nobody comes to yard sales for that, at least we don't. This was the last yard sale on our list, and it looked interesting from the street because there was such a large variety of items, but right when I see the furniture, I'm like, oh no. And once again, we just started to see the same theme, which was just hordes of the same item. 5 of these blankets, 6 of these chairs, 4 of these tables, 3 or 4 of these boards, a whole bunch of school supplies, but again, it just looks like a bunch of the same exact items, which leads me to believe that these people are probably buying, again, pallets. Like, you can buy tons of different pallets for different things. You can get electronic returns, you can get school returns, you can get jewelry, you can get makeup. There's this huge variety of things like that that you can actually go buy online and have it shipped to your house. So again, that's my assumption. But if you had kids, a lot of this stuff was super nice, and her prices were actually really good, probably best of the day. So I would definitely recommend this place if you have a bunch of kids and you're trying to save yourself some money. This would have been a great yard sale. But if you're looking for interesting things to resell that need to be shippable and at a decent profit margin like we were, this is definitely not the yard sale for us. Now that we're home, let me show you everything we picked up. So first off, we got the little Mickey Mouse Chia Pet, only paid $3 for it. And again, this is brand new in the plastic, still sealed. So we ended up getting these little guys, the dwarfs, for $5. And let me show you what they look like, because they're like, they don't look new. They're this weird material, like they're soft plastic, I guess is the best way I could think of to describe them. But their hands move. They don't have a date on them, but I don't think they're recent. You guys let me know what you think. And they're all made of that material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in there. And then of course, $25 for the NASCAR. So look at all these cars. We got the Pro Circuit guy, the McDonald's one, Bobby Allison, Chad Little. I'm saying these names like I know who they are. I have no idea who these guys are, but I know how to read. So all of these cars in total, we paid $25 total. I figured they're older. Most of them are from the 90s, so they're at least 20 years old. If I figure for $25, the worst that can happen is you break even, but I thought it would be worth it. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Tomorrow, we'll be back into the big storage unit. We're not done with it. They just had construction going on this weekend, so we couldn't get into it. We'll be back into it tomorrow. Don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace out.